recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends Podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh. And this week I have a returning guest back to the show. He's from one of the most talked about episodes that I've ever had. He's a simple man. He's not well traveled, hates popcorn, cotton candy, and even ice cream. And don't even think about playing any oldies music around him because he's not having it, okay? He's not having it. But it is my pleasure to welcome back to the show Mr. Fantastic himself, the Sausage King of Chicago, the one and only Mr. Rich Falls. All right, Rich. Welcome back to the show. How you doing, man?
Doing well. How about you, man?
Doing good.
I like the studio, but I feel like I'm in the spotlight, like I'm being interrogated, man.
Well, we have it all blocked off. We have literally a plexiglass window studio blocked off so you could be in the other section safe. And
I appreciate that.
I don't want COVID. No, not that saying that you do have COVID.
No.
I'm just saying I don't want COVID, so we're taking precautions here.
Yeah, no, I like the setup. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So a lot has changed since the last time I saw you.
Just a little.
Yeah, so, gosh, those were the days back then. Going to concerts and sporting events and restaurants. You remember going to restaurants?
Yeah, I think I said this the other day, but you know what? I'm old enough to remember when people thought 2019 sucked.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And now everyone would give up their left arm to go back to that.
I mean, 2019 did suck, but has your life really changed since all this? I mean, do you really go anywhere? What do you do? What do you do on a normal basis?
I mean, there's less sports bars action going on.
That's true.
Since there is no sports right now.
Not a lot of high fives going on.
No. And
but you know what? I don't really miss high fives. I didn't high five back when we high fived. That didn't happen back in the day. So, we've had some guests on the show that you personally know.
Oh yeah.
Like we had Eric on the show. Eric
Absolutely.
Tapia. You went on about Up for Whatever. being up for whatever. And then we had Steve Klunk on the show.
Love Klunk.
Yeah, right?
Even though I had to fire him, but
yeah, so would you like to finally apologize to Steve for firing him?
I thought I did that the night I fired him because I went to his going away party, so
oh man.
I was hanging out with his family. I mean, come on now.
Look, in all fairness, I think Steve I think he realized he was kind of expecting it for weeks, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Steve. I love that guy. So how's the old man doing these days?
Old man's doing well, still working.
By the way, the old man is actually your dad. And
yes.
And you actually call him the old man.
For the most part, yes.
I mean, every time he's like, old man's calling me.
Yep.
I got to take this call. The old man is calling me.
Every time he calls me, I go, hey, what's up, old man?
I mean, I've never met the old man, but I like the old man. I've talked to him several times on the phone, and it's funny because he kind of sounds like you, except for a little more manly.
Whoa! What the?
Okay, maybe a little older. How about that?
Definitely older.
He's had more Jack Daniels and substances that he's taken over the years that have
He's a lot higher than me.
Higher? Oh, you mean higher. Okay, gotcha, yeah. I think my favorite thing ever with Old Man was that time that we were driving and we were at a stoplight.
Yeah.
And
that was good times.
You go, hey, the old man's calling. How about you answer like it's me? And I'm like, hey, old man. And he's like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, I can't believe the old man is like, he doesn't even, he's not even catching this.
Oh, he just didn't care.
It's so great. But then remember you said you're like, oh, cop just pulled up. And I go, uh-oh, a cop just pulled up. And then he literally goes, oh, God. And he like slammed down the phone. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's on the phone. Is he in like Wisconsin?
Yes.
He's in Wisconsin. We're in Arizona. And he got scared that the cop, I don't know if he got scared or like, oh, God, shit. The cop's going to like find me. And I'm like, wait a minute. What? That was amazing.
I think he just wanted us to be safe. But yeah, that was pretty damn funny.
That was hilarious. So now, Rich, on the last show, we focused on the stuff that you hate.
Yes.
And it was a huge hit. People were pretty fascinated by all the strange things that you either hate or strongly dislike. And
I mean, it's a pretty long list. So
it is. I remember compiling that list and I'm like, oh, wow, it's another thing you hate? Hold on, let me get out my notepad over here and take some notes down. But for this episode, I wanted to make it a little bit more positive.
Oh, I'm positive. I hate that stuff.
Oh, you know what? How dare you, Rich? No, but I still want to hear your honest opinions on different subjects. So you're pretty much the biggest fan of the city of Chicago that I've ever met.
Okay.
No, scratch that. Scratch that. You are the biggest Chicago fan that I've ever met. Sorry, I had to update that. No, but some have actually accused you in the past of being a homer. And,
no.
and what I'm not talking about the Simpsons character Homer. Although
you had to bring that up.
No, but we're talking about the fact that if it comes from Chicago, you love it. Kind of like our old buddy Andrew Velasco with sports. He's definitely a homer. It's kind of like when you listen to your home team announcers and they defend your team no matter what. Homer. That's a homer.
Oh, I know the term.
I'm just explaining it. So do you agree with this assessment?
No.
You're not a homer?
Well, I'm a Chicago fan, yes. Do I get nostalgic about Chicago? Absolutely. But am I completely biased and blind to things? No.
Okay. All right. Well, my question is to you. Is there anything about Chicago that you dislike?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Like
tollways.
Tollways. What about, they rank pretty high in crime.
Yeah. I mean, that's
they're pretty high on the list for shootings and murders and
yeah.
So you're like, yeah, I mean, I don't hate those necessarily. No. I mean, they're okay.
No. I mean, there's a lot that needs to be done to improve, but that goes for a lot of different places.
How about the winter? Do you like shoveling snow?
I hate snow.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like snow at all.
Do they have pretty good traffic there? Or?
Traffic usually sucks. I mean, it's been better lately.
Yeah, it's been better lately everywhere.
When everyone was down in lockdown, but
right.
Yeah. By the way, when I go back, I'm gonna have to quarantine myself because apparently this state is on the list of if you travel back from it, you got to quarantine yourself for 15 days. So.
Yeah, well, I get that. There's a lot of people that don't give a shit in this town, and I'm definitely not one of them. I don't go anywhere. I wear a mask everywhere, so...
I can tell just by the rules for you picking me up.
Yeah, how about the wall that I built that you're talking in right now? I don't even know how this is going to affect the sound, because there's literally a giant plexiglass wall in front of us.
No, it's a nice little studio. Right. You're on the other side. Yes. I get it.
You're like Robin Quivers over there. All right.
I am the black one of the group here, so.
Yeah, what do you always say? You're like
I'm a white Christian, black Irish, Puerto Rican Jew. And that's because I, can't leave out my Latino friends.
Jesus. Okay. I'd get into that, but okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently you're just a mutt like everybody else,
I am
right?
a mutt,
okay,
yes,
gotcha.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, Chicago, it has some stuff that's kind of bad, but it also has some of the best food, some of the best music.
Correct.
Some of the best sports.
Absolutely.
And that you should be proud of. Those are some big ones right there. And are you familiar with some of the inventions to come from the city of Chicago?
That's probably a rough spot for me, but
well, that's why I'm here, Rich. That's why I'm here. I actually looked up some of these, and some of these are pretty good.
I may know a couple, but that's
so we're going to go through these, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over some of these, and you tell me what you think, and there's a lot of kind of like lists that I want your opinions on during this episode.
Okay.
You might get pissed, but it's kind of fun. It's going to be fun. So
Let's roll.
all right. So first up, we have the Twinkie. Do you know the Twinkie was invented in the Twinkie?
That's awesome.
Who doesn't like the Twinkie? The Twinkie's amazing.
Awesome.
The chocolate brownie.
I like chocolate brownies.
Ooh, you paused there. You were like not too sure. You're like,
Well, I'm not a fan of like double fudge brownies type of stuff, but I am a fan of chocolate brownies.
well, it didn't say they invented double fudge brownies. It just said brownie.
So we're good.
All right. how about Cracker Jacks?
I like Cracker Jacks at a ball game.
Do you like when what was it? Harry Carey used to sing the Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
Take me out. To
You
the
know
ball game?
that started at Comiskey Park,
Did
right?
it really?
Yeah. When he worked for the White Sox.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. I learn something new every day. Juicy fruit gum.
Yeah.
You like juicy fruit? So far we're batting 100 here, or batting 1,000.
Yeah, nothing wrong with juicy fruit.
How about Oscar Mayer wieners?
Love it. Go hot dogs.
I already know the answer to the next one, but Italian beef.
I love Italian
Oh
beefs.
yeah.
Portillo's, hell yeah.
Here's one we might have a little bit of a stumble. The Chicago style hot dog.
Yeah, this is where I break the law.
So apparently, it needs these specific ingredients in this order
Yep.
to be qualified as a true Chicago hot dog. So you take the hot dog, it goes into a steamed bun. Then you apply yellow mustard, sweet green pickle relish.
Yep.
You top it with onion, tomato wedges, a pickle spear, sport peppers,
Yep.
and then,
So you know how I feel about
I love peppers. I know you don't, but I love peppers. And celery salt.
Yep.
So is this something that you would enjoy?
Not even close. Yeah, I commit the biggest anti-Chicago hot dog crime that
Wow.
you could ever do.
Man.
I put ketchup on my
Oh
hot
my
dog.
gosh. What the? That's not even on the list.
They'll throw you out of some hot dog places if you ask for ketchup on a hot dog.
Yeah, right? Yeah, Chicago, New York, they don't take lightly to that.
Yep.
And then the last one on the food list, the last one is the deep dish pizza.
Love deep dish.
Do you know who was the first in Chicago to have the deep dish? They're still around.
Well, I know I can guess, but Lou Malnati's?
It's called Uno's.
Uno's. I love
From
Uno's.
1943.
Yep.
They invented it.
Uno's is good.
That's pretty wild. So here are some other inventions to come from Chicago. These ones are everyday goods.
Okay.
All right. So we have the zipper.
I mean,
Came out in 1893. My question is, what was everything just like button up before that? So like it was like those was it the 501 jeans?
Yeah,
where they,
slide them up, snap it.
interesting. So
But yeah, that's pretty damn important.
right. There's some important ones on this list here. So also in 1893, we have the electric dishwasher.
I mean, is there any other way to do it? I mean, come on now.
Look, I have a dishwasher, but I don't usually use my dishwasher that much.
I mean, I use it more as a sanitizer, the dishwasher.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah, I usually wash. Well, who am I kidding? I use paper plates. So
All right. And then we have the vacuum cleaner, invented in 1869.
pretty damn important when you have wood floors.
What about carpet?
Well, carpet too.
How about this one? This one's pretty big. And this one's controversial because it's the telephone, which the telephone came out in 1876. And apparently the inventor Elisha Gray first came up with the idea.
And it was stolen.
Stolen by Alexander Graham Bell. And I guess the patent, that bastard, he submitted the patent like a day or two before.
Yeah.
So the other guy didn't get the credit for it? Isn't that crazy?
That's horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's an interesting one. The yellow pencil was invented in 1889.
Question is, did it include the eraser?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I mean, it's the yellow pencil, but remember those like little like half pencils they used to get out? Maybe it was those. They're like, here's a half pencil. That's a good question. I should have looked up eraser. When was the eraser invented? I don't know.
Maybe that came from a different city or something. Who knows?
My question is, they invented the vacuum and the electric dishwasher before the pencil. So how are they designing this? Like, it's like in the mud? Like, just, I don't know, maybe, was the pen invented before the
With
pencil? Or
sticks?
I don't know. Also in 1889, the Ferris wheel made its debut.
Not a fan of Ferris wheels.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't like heights.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I don't see you. I see you more of a Ferris wheel guy than a roller coaster guy.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you like roller coasters better.
As long as it doesn't have a loop.
I went on one so high in Chicago.
American Eagle.
It was ridiculous. It went like straight down.
Yep.
And my mom's like, you won't go on the Batman one that goes upside down, but you'll go on the one that's like 10 million feet up in the air. And I'm like, yes, because I don't like being upside down. And
Exactly
then they
right.
finally got me to go upside down on the upside down one, and I puked.
Oh, man.
I
thought you were going to say it got stuck.
I held my puke in. Yes. No, I didn't get stuck. That would have been terrible. That would have been really bad because then I would have been puking on people below me.
Oh.
So, yeah. And this one is the biggest one on the list. Literally the biggest one. The world's first skyscraper was erected in 1884. Can you name which industry put up that sucker?
Ooh.
It's usually one of like a couple of different kinds of companies that would put that thing up, or industry.
That's a great question. I cannot name.
So it was the Chicago's Home Insurance Building. It's always insurance or banks, and it stood 10 stories high and was 138 feet tall.
Awesome.
Yeah. So the Sears Tower. Have you ever been to the Sears Tower?
I have many a time.
I don't know what it's called now. What's it called?
That's a great question.
See, everyone still calls it the Sears Tower.
Yeah, exactly.
The Sears Tower was the tallest building in the entire world when it went up in 1973, and it remained the tallest building for nearly 25 years.
Yeah, there's nothing like a Chicago skyline, man.
What about a New York skyline? Have you been to New York?
I have not been to New York, actually.
All right. Okay. Moving on to entertainment. The film critic
Nice.
was invented there. I mean, there's some of the biggest film critics ever from Chicago. You got Jack Lawson, I guess, was the first film critic in 1914.
What did he have to criticize?
I don't know. Oh, here's another
Silent film?
Here's another
Charlie Chaplin?
Charlie Chaplin movie. Oh, yeah. Oh. And then Siskel and Ebert, they're the most famous, probably ever.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah. And then Richard Roper took over.
Yeah, Roper.
Uh-oh. Ooh, not a big fan of Roper, huh?
There's good and bad with Roper, so.
Well, isn't that the whole point? All right, the first cartoon character was from Chicago.
Nice.
Gertie the Dinosaur, 1914.
Damn, 1914 was a busy year.
Yeah. A lot of people would say Mickey Mouse, but that's incorrect. Mickey Mouse came out 14 years later.
Wow.
1928. You're learning a lot in this episode, Rich. I'm just trying to help you out because, as if you don't like Chicago enough.
Hey, this is educational. I like it. I love learning history.
All right, so we're moving on to sports.
All right.
So the sport of softball was invented in 1887. You a big softball fan?
Good old 16-inch.
You like it? You like softball?
I love softball.
Yeah, that makes sense because you can't play baseball.
Hey,
I'm just joking.
I just couldn't hit a ball. I could catch a ball.
But that's what makes softball so beautiful. Everyone could hit a softball. Right?
Correct.
Unless it's like one of those
Fast
crazy
pitch.
Yeah, right. I remember I was watching this women's softball game. This is like back in the day, like junior high or high school.
Okay.
And they were having this game by our house, and I was like, me and my buddy were like, let's stop and watch this for a second. And we're watching this softball. It was a girls' softball game, and one of the girls wasn't paying attention.
Oh boy.
And the ball was hit right towards her. I think she was at third base.
Oh.
And
Can't be at the hot corner and not pay attention.
and it hit her dead smack in the face, and her nose just exploded.
Oh.
And I haven't heard screams like that since or before.
And that was coming from the other players.
Yeah, it was both. It was both. It was like pretty traumatizing to see.
I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Always leave them laughing, buddy.
But Chicago has actually been named as the best sports city by the Sporting News 3 times over the years. Can you name these 3 years?
I'm guessing.
And they're pretty recent. I mean, I don't know how.
So we're not going back to the 90s?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I would guess 92, 93.
93 is on the list.
Okay.
All right. What else?
I would guess 2005.
You're like right behind on each of these. So yeah, they have 2006.
Okay, it's right there, yeah.
All right, and then the next one, and then the last one?
And is it more recent? Or?
Yes.
Okay. 2016?
2010.
2010.
What was in 2010? Was that the White Sox?
Bears.
Oh, the Bears. Bears.
And the Blackhawks, of course.
Oh, okay. You know what? I noticed that the 1919 Black Sox weren't on the list. Rich, you still there? Are you?
Crickets. Anyways.
All right. So anyway, no.
If we want to get into it.
No, but listen, how many, do you know how many times the city of Seattle has been named the best sports city?
0.
0.0. Look, we've been to a Super Bowl. We've also lost 2. We've won an NBA championship.
You've also had one of the greatest ball players of all time.
We've had several of the greatest ball players of all time. It certainly hasn't helped us because they always want to get the hell out of there. But yeah, we've had Ken Griffey Jr.
Yep.
We've had Ichiro, who's one of the greatest hitters of all time. Alex Rodriguez.
And one of the best arms in right field of all time.
And certainly the biggest fan base probably ever in Japan. Randy Johnson, Edgar Martinez. I mean, the list goes on, but you know what doesn't go on and on?
Wins.
Yeah, championships. All right, yeah, we're like one of the most saddest sports cities in history. So who is your number 1 favorite Chicago sports team of all time?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
So here's the thing. Football is probably my favorite sport.
Okay.
But, and this is a hard thing to ask me because you know me. But the White Sox are probably my favorite team.
Okay.
Even though, you know, I'm just as much of a diehard Bears fan as anything else. So
now I'm saying out of all the teams in history, like a year of a team, a certain team, who's your favorite?
One team.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're gonna. That's even tougher. Because I've seen one World Series from my favorite team.
Right. Must be nice.
I've seen many basketball championships with the greatest player of all time.
Must be nice.
And I've seen a hockey dynasty that never thought would happen.
What's hockey?
Anyways, Seattle finds out next year. So.
Oh, okay. You think there's going to be sports next year? All right.
Yeah, we'll get there. But anyways, and of course, in my beginning days of being a sports fan, my first sports memory was the 85 Bears.
The 85 Bears. Okay. No Bulls on this list.
No, the Bulls are definitely there.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So
I would say probably, and this might surprise people, the 92 Bulls might be my favorite team.
gotcha. Okay. Okay. What about the 96 Bulls?
Fantastic. Awesome. And most, those 3 championships were probably the most drama-filled championships.
Right.
I mean, you had all the characters on the team.
Now be honest. If Dennis Rodman was not on your team, would you still like him?
Hell no. I hated him to begin with.
Thanks for being honest, Rich. That's why you're here. That's why you're here, buddy. All right.
I mean, I'd respect him because he's great at what he did, but no, he was a bastard.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. All right. And now I'm going to ask you who you think the greatest athletes of all time from each sport are. Not necessarily from your town, but I'm just saying in general. Okay. So who is the greatest basketball player of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. All right. Okay. No LeBron James?
No.
Okay. What do you think of the, did you like the 30 for 30 documentary on MJ?
Oh, you mean Last Dance?
Yeah.
I loved Last Dance.
Pretty fantastic.
Yeah. I mean,
Monster ratings.
Just having
It's fantastic.
Just having that type of footage behind the scenes, whether you agree with the side and the opinions that were shown.
Oh, it was hilarious
I
watching
mean-
Jordan like laugh at everybody and shit. It's fucking funny, man. He's all drinking and like
glove.
That's great. The guy didn't have any problem with the glove. That's great. All right, and who's the greatest running back of all time?
I mean, that's Walter Payton.
No Barry Sanders?
No.
Okay.
Barry was great, but no.
Okay. So far we have Michael Jordan from Chicago. We have
I see where we're going with
Walter
this.
Payton from Chicago. Okay.
Yeah, I see where we're going with
Who
this.
is the greatest special teams player in the history of the NFL?
Come on, that's not even close. It's Devin Hester.
Oh, the Bears from Chicago?
Do you disagree?
You don't like Steve Tasker?
You don't disagree that Devin Hester is the greatest return man of all time.
All right, who is the greatest linebacker of all time?
Ooh, Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, yeah. Wouldn't know Dick Butkus or Brian Urlacher or
If you said middle linebacker, I might. I'd probably be
Mike Singletary?
I'd be accused of being a homer if you asked me middle linebacker. But just saying straight up linebacker, it's Lawrence Taylor.
All right. Okay, I'll let that one slide. No, just joking. All right, who's the best defensive lineman who occasionally played running back?
Fridge.
Yes. I loved the Fridge back in the day. The William the Refrigerator Perry.
Did you know he almost attempted a pass in the Super Bowl?
No, but that would have been hilarious because everything he did was awesome. Especially as a kid, like watching that team. Like,
He
it's
had to
just
pull
hilarious.
it down because the guy was covered. So, but he made a smart decision. I mean, we've
he
had
like a-
quarterbacks that make worse decisions.
Isn't he big like a fly fisherman now?
I mean, he's a big whatever he's doing.
Wasn't it back in the day? I just remember always. It was funny because Ditka would put him in to like run touchdowns and stuff like that, but then he would always rip on him like because he was too heavy and he was like so big. But
Actually, it was more Buddy Ryan that
Was
would
it?
rip on. Buddy Ryan hated him. He never wanted to pick him and just called him a fat, useless piece of crap, basically.
yeah, but then they showed those videos of him like leaping up like insane heights on like tables.
Oh,
and
he
stuff
was
like
an
that.
athlete.
It was crazy.
Yeah, no, Perry was an athlete.
Yeah, he was fun to watch, man. Who's the greatest wrestler, the greatest pro wrestler of all time? I wonder if anybody's still listening to this show anyway. I'm just asking all these like random questions. All right. Who's the greatest pro wrestler of all time?
That it depends.
Completely
kind of,
subjective, but
yeah.
you know.
And it's even subjective in my own mind.
Yeah.
Because like I separate kind of categories, like performer in the ring, overall just impact on the fans. What are we talking about?
Well, you can't really
Making a difference.
listen.
I mean,
Listen, you can't deny 16 world championships by Ric Flair. Woo!
Right. But if you're talking about guys who have like transformed what wrestling became, I mean, you're talking about Hogan, you're talking about Stone Cold,
Yeah.
you're talking about Rock, and you even got to throw in like Shawn Michaels and that whole era.
Remember when I played that? It was so great. When I was like, dude, you've got to hear Howard Stern interview.
Iron Sheik.
Yeah, that was the greatest thing ever. You're like, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Oh, man, that was so funny. They'd just get him all drunk, and he's like, fuck you. He'd be like, the Iron Sheik is like, you are gay. And I was like, oh, my God. All right. Yeah, Google that. Howard Stern interviews the Iron Sheik. You won't regret it.
I'll break
promise.
your neck.
Yeah, it was great. Who's the greatest baseball player? The greatest all-round baseball player of all time?
Ever or that I've seen?
Because
I'll separate it into two categories. The greatest player ever, in my opinion, and actually I'll give you three categories.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, I have to. I have to. I'm sorry. The greatest player of all time, all around.
You
everything.
can do what you want, but there's one answer. I'm accepting one answer. So you can give me your other answers.
Okay, the best I've ever seen, like his whole career, was Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay.
All right. Mike Trout might go down as the best baseball player of all time when it's all said and done, and he's playing right now. I always was, people say Babe Ruth. My dad will go to his grave saying Babe Ruth because he did both pitching and the hitting.
Yeah.
But he only did it against white guys. So, but I mean, you took
That is so true.
half the talent away.
Yeah,
so, but what I always say, Willie Mays.
Wait, what are you trying to say about white guys?
No, no. I mean, I would probably say all around Willie Mays, probably the greatest of all time. Griffey is basically the Willie Mays of my time.
Right.
And Mike Trout's just a freak.
You like Ted Williams?
Ted Williams was unbelievable. Probably the best hitter ever.
It's pretty good choices you got going on here. How about the greatest golfer of all time?
Tiger Woods.
Whoa.
It's not.
No John Daly? He's my favorite to watch. he's all red. And it's not because he's burnt. It's because he's drinking.
He's drunk. Yeah. No, he's drinking and hitting the ball about 325
Isn't
yards.
Tiger Woods still behind like Jack Nicklaus?
He is.
But, Jack Nicklaus retired 3 years ago?
Well, not just, I mean, there was other circumstances going on, but Tiger is the best golfer
Tell me
of all
this.
time.
Does Tiger Woods have a famous drink named after him? No, he does not.
He does not. No.
No. That sounds pretty good right now. Yeah, can you give me an old Arnold Palmer, please? Thank you. All right. I prefer...
Non-alcoholic Arnold Palmer.
I prefer Shirley Temple myself, but... All right.
You do like him young.
Whoa. Holy moly. Wow. That just took a turn.
Just kidding, folks.
Good Lord. Yikes. Well, didn't she just die last year? I mean, you could be talking about, 68-year-old Shirley Temple. All right. So who's the greatest football coach of all time?
Greatest football coach. I don't want to go here. I don't. Let's say Bill Belichick.
Wait a minute. You're not going to say Ditka?
No.
Ditka?
No. The best football coach because of, and I'll explain it. Because of the difficulty of dealing with free agency, different eras. I know he had the same damn quarterback the entire damn time, but Belichick.
Vince Lombardi?
No. Belichick.
You would never say Vince Lombardi.
Lombardi would be the answer if Belichick didn't exist.
There's no...
Even though
Don fucking Shula?
Don Shula was great.
How dare you, Rich? How dare you?
He won with Baltimore. He won in Miami.
Who has the most wins in the NFL, Rich? Answer me that question.
Don Shula.
Boom. Nailed it. All right, who's the greatest quarterback of all time?
In my opinion, Dan Marino.
Dan Marino. 0 championships?
Yeah.
Dan Marino.
Yep.
No Jay Cutler or Jim McMahon?
Stop.
Rick Meyer?
Now, if you ask me who the best quarterback in Chicago history, but I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, okay. No Tom Brady.
I mean, Tom Brady's the best winner.
Yeah.
Beside him,
Well, he's also lost a lot. It's kind of like
him and
it's kind of like comparing Jordan and LeBron, right?
except LeBron hasn't won as much as Brady.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, Brady's what is how many
But
what is his
LeBron has
record?
been there.
What
as
is his
many
record in the
times.
Super Bowl?
Brady's like
It's insane.
6-3.
Something like that. Sounds about right.
Yeah,
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty
just
wild.
couldn't beat Eli Manning.
Yeah. You think he's going to go to the Super Bowl with the Bucks?
No, but they'll be dangerous. Tampa Bay's got good offense.
We'll see. We'll see. Greatest soccer player of all time.
Pele.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Does anybody know anybody else? Who's? Everyone always Pele.
Ronaldo, Messi.
Oh, okay. How about who's the greatest boxer of all time?
Muhammad Ali.
I think even like the boxers in the same realm. Say Muhammad Ali too.
Just because of the impact he made overall.
Did you see that documentary about Foreman, George Foreman?
I've seen documentaries on Foreman before.
You got to see the one that came out. Like I think it just came out this year or last year. It's fantastic.
I probably haven't seen it.
That guy, oh, it's so great because like they go through the whole thing.
He transformed.
It's amazing because he got his ass kicked by Ali in that. I mean, at the end.
Well, yeah.
And he respects that so much that he said he even has a picture like up on his wall still of Muhammad Ali because he respected that fight so much.
He got out.
That's so amazing.
He got outsmarted.
Yeah. It's so great. And how about hockey? Who is the greatest hockey player of all time?
It's Wayne Gretzky. I mean, the most amazing stat you'll ever hear is that if Wayne Gretzky never scored a goal, he would still have the most points out of any hockey player in the history of the NHL.
You're going to have to explain that to me.
Okay, so there's 2 ways you score points in the NHL as a player, right?
All right.
You score goals or you get assists. Okay.
Do they still count as like points?
For an individual player,
He's like the John Stockton and the
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
And the Wilt Chamberlain.
If you take here's what it would be equivalent to, okay? If you take away his goals, okay, he still has more points than everyone else combined with their goals and assists.
Yeah.
No one even comes close. That is a crazy stat.
You don't like Bobby Hull?
I got issues with Bobby Hull personally.
Oh, really?
So he wasn't the best of people.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of those.
But
Ty Cobb.
I mean, he was a great player, but yeah, he was not a very good person. And thank God we've had better players recently.
What about your boy Jonathan?
Love Jonathan Taves, one of the greatest leaders of all time.
Yeah, that was funny, man. Should post those videos of you like cheering for. It's fantastic.
How about your favorite guy, Hossa, just made it to the Hall of Fame?
I love it. I loved watching those games with you, man. It was fun. Some great times. I mean, I didn't know what the heck was. I didn't know the guys or anything like that, but I was like, yeah,
you picked up a little.
I've never had a team, so you know what? It's fun. It's fun watching you go nuts. It's kind of like Steve when I went to watch soccer with Steve, and I'm like, I don't know any of these guys. I don't care about any of these teams. I have no idea. I think he's just kind of like, he's just into the championship of the World Cup or whatever. So, and there's been a lot of TV shows that have been set in the city of Chicago.
Hell yeah.
You know this some of the big TV shows that have been set there?
Let's talk about it.
All right, so we have Married with Children.
Nice.
Love and marriage, love. It's a great song. Great song, great show.
Yep. Glad I've never been compared to that guy.
Whoa, you don't like Al Bundy? How dare you?
I love Al Bundy.
All right.
I just don't want to be compared to him.
All right, and Punky Brewster was
Love
set in
Punky
Chicago.
Brewster. When I was a kid, that was the shit.
Right? Yeah. How about Family Matters?
Love Family Matters.
Family Matters. Webster.
Webster was fun.
Whatever happened to that kid or guy or whatever? He's probably older than us.
He might have
certainly.
been 30 at the time of the show.
Right. It was a big time for like
Gary Coleman and
yeah. Oh, it's awesome. And the Bob Newhart show.
used to watch
When
that.
they had the new Bob Newhart, that's when I like watched when they had these like this is my brother Daryl and my other brother
Daryl, yeah.
Is that Daryl? It's great. ER.
Okay.
ER with I didn't really watch ER that much. But
I wasn't a big, yeah.
You're like, after they got rid of my boy Clooney, I lost interest and that was about it.
I never really watched it.
Okay. All right. So then we have Boardwalk Empire. I didn't watch Boardwalk Empire, but I know it was a good show.
That's what I heard. I've heard people say good things about it. I haven't watched it.
And your personal favorite show, Mike and Molly.
The what?
That's another show I've never really seen.
I've never really seen it.
I'm like, wait, is this supposed to be like a show kind of like in between
Roseanne.
Roseanne and
King of Queens.
yes. I clearly knew you knew what I was talking about. All right. And then
King of Queens was a good show for a while.
I like King of Queens, yeah. How about The League? You ever seen The League?
I love The League.
Yeah, that's based in Chicago, I guess. I didn't know that. Yeah, so those are some
I
of the
remember
shows.
the Jay Cutler episode.
Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's like one of those guys that's like way cooler after the NFL, in my opinion. Like he's like a character now, and kind of like Tony Romo.
Right.
Tony Romo, not a huge fan of Tony Romo like back in the day. Who doesn't like Tony Romo now? He's hilarious. He's a great play-by-play color guy.
I mean, he performed great against the Seahawks in the playoffs.
That's when I fell in love with Tony Romo. Oh, bobble that ball. Oh. Now I have some random questions about some TV shows. We're going to stick with the TV shows.
Because all these other ones have been so organized.
Listen. I'm just trying to have fun here. The last episode was filled with so much hate and negativity. We're just gonna keep this rolling, and these ones are gonna be some head scratchers. They're gonna be some difficult questions for you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
At least I won't have to worry about messing up my hair.
All right. Would you rather be friends with Urkel from Family Matters or Screech from Saved by the Bell?
Ooh, the character or the real guy?
If they were a real person, not the real person in real life.
Okay, because that
If they
would
were
make
like,
a difference.
them in the show, and you had to go to you had to go to some party,
Yep.
and you had to take one of them, who would you take?
Ooh.
And you didn't know a lot of people at the party, so like this is a very important moment. Like you're in high school. Think about that. You're going back to high school, and you're like, okay, which one of these?
That's a very tough question. For some reason, I'm thinking Screech, maybe.
I would say Screech too, only because in the early years, Screech was kind of quiet. Like he was just a silent nerd. Urkel was always like way over the top.
And Screech would do whatever you tell him to, basically.
Urkel would be like sexually harassing all the women.
Right. In the most awkward manner possibly.
Yes. All right.
I think we know people like that.
All right. And then who was the better tall, wacky neighbor? Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld or Jimmy J.J. Walker from Good Times?
Ooh.
You see, these are some pretty good questions.
Ooh.
You like these?
Yeah. This is interesting. I mean, Kramer was out there.
Yeah, Kramer was pretty out there. He's like doing washing his vegetables in the shower.
He'd just show up whenever.
Right.
I mean, I'm going with JJ.
I like when Jerry would lock his door and you just hear it just slam against the door. JJ was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm going JJ.
Dynamite. Good answer. All right. And then who was the better landlord on Three's Company? Stanley Roper or Ralph Furley? You're looking at these ridiculous questions.
Oh man.
I should just do these questions with every guy. You know, it's funny because like they're both like fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. But I guess I gotta go with Ralph.
Ralph Furley. Yeah, he's pretty solid wearing those ridiculous suits and like he's great. All right, who is the bigger pervert?
Oh.
Larry from Three's Company or Bud Bundy from Married with Children?
I mean, if you handicap it, I'd say Larry because of the age difference. Bud was a teenager,
That's
supposedly.
true. That's true. So he couldn't really control his.
I mean,
his
he
perviness?
was he was working through a stage, I would hope. But
Wait, he never got better in that show.
But but he was a teenager for most of it, and then Larry was already an adult. So I mean, he's just.
You know what I love about this is you're really breaking this down. I really appreciate that. I love it. I love it. All right.
Thought-provoking questions.
All right. Who was cooler? Who was cooler?
Oh, here we go.
The Fonz from Happy Days or Uncle Jesse from Full House?
Ooh, Uncle Jesse was pretty damn cool.
Right.
And I like his music better. But you probably got to go with the Fonz.
Fonz is pretty damn cool. I mean, he like, what is he? He snaps and turns on lights. He elbows a jukebox and it plays the best song.
He runs the show.
Yeah, right. All right. And then we have, who's the best servant? Mr. Belvedere or Alice from the Brady Bunch?
You know, I thought you were going somewhere different.
No,
with that one.
just wait, because I have a part 2 of this question. But you have to answer this one first.
I thought you were going somewhere else.
You know what? I'm going to give you a chance with the other one. But this one, maybe we could have a mini playoff.
I'm going with Mr. Belvedere.
Okay, so Mr. Belvedere, you like him better than Alice. Poor Alice. Okay. And then we have Tony from Who's the Boss or Jeffrey from The Fresh Prince.
Okay, I see what you did here. All right. I like Jeffrey.
Jeffrey? Okay, so how about Jeffrey or Mr. Belvedere?
When it comes down to it, I think Mr. Belvedere wins out.
Mr. Belvedere, yeah, he has that.
Jeffrey didn't care enough.
Jeffrey was kind of like a jerk.
I mean,
he was like making fun of everybody and like talking shit.
I mean, he was cool and all, and he would help you when you really, really needed it. But yeah, Mr. Belvedere was true.
Has everybody tuned out yet? Is anybody still listening?
Hey, you better be there.
Oh, okay. All right. Just checking. All right. Who had more insightful knowledge? Wilson from Home Improvement or Cliff from Cheers?
Oh, Wilson, 100%.
Yeah, you're probably
Cliff was a bunch of nonsense.
Cliff was a bullshitter.
Yeah, Cliff was a bunch of nonsense. Actually, the smart one of the group was Norm.
Yeah. I mean, they're all drunks. They just sit there every day. But
Norm, I mean, out of those two, Norm was the smart one.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, but Cliff thought he knew more than everybody.
Norm was the laziest for sure, though.
All right, who is the better lovable dimwit? Rose from the Golden Girls or Phoebe from Friends?
Phoebe.
You think Phoebe?
Yeah, I'll go Phoebe.
You don't like Rose?
I mean, Rose was a little over the top.
Oh, and Phoebe wasn't? You're just going with Phoebe because she's prettier, because she's cuter.
No, I mean,
Rose is pretty hot back in her day.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the 80s either. All right. Who was the better TV dork? There's a lot of Fresh Prince in this. Carlton from Fresh Prince
Here we go.
or Buddy from Charles in Charge?
Carlton.
Carlton's.
I mean, when you have a legendary dance and an act that can
That's
still
true.
play today.
I mean, yeah, his little gifs or gifs or whatever the hell you call them, they're still going strong.
Yeah, they still play today.
Yep. All right, who was the cooler detective-ish guy back in the 80s? Tom Selleck from Magnum PI or Don Johnson from Miami Vice?
Oh, I thought we were going to movies, but okay.
No.
You know what? Probably have to go Don Johnson.
if we're just going straight cool, yeah, because
with the shades and everything.
and the loafers without the socks and the
And he didn't wear the shorts. So.
Who had a better mustache?
Well, obviously.
Boom.
Tom.
Nailed it. All right. Better TV theme song, Sanford and Son or the Jeffersons?
You had to do that to me?
I'm sorry, man. Hey, they're both great.
I mean, I love them both. Moving on up.
We're moving on up.
But I'm going to go with my personal favorite, Sanford and Son.
It's good choice. I don't know if I agree with it, but it's a good choice. It's a like a one that you can't really lose.
I don't know how you argue that.
Right? Who is the better TV foursome?
Whoa.
The A-Team or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Again, I love them both. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
But I got to go with the A-Team.
A-Team's pretty solid. Donatello's pissed, but...
Donatello's always pissed.
All right, if you're flipping through the channels, which TV show would you rather watch? The Munsters or the Addams Family?
Addams Family.
And why is that?
Because it's the original.
They both ran at the same time, 1964 to 1966, I think it was.
Way to ruin a good story with facts. Anyways.
Isn't that bizarre, though?
Yes.
Like, they both were on the same time and lasted the same era. Like, weird, right?
I just like Addams Family better.
All right, well, I'm definitely a Munsters guy, but they're both good. They're both good.
I didn't like the creepy uncle.
Uncle Fester?
No, from Munsters.
It? Or the guy with all the hair? Like, all right. Who is the best TV foreigner? Fez from That 70s Show or Balky from Perfect Strangers?
Gotta go Belky.
You don't like Fez?
No, gotta go Belky.
I like it. That's a hard no. You're
It
like,
was perfect. No. Yeah, Belky was perfect.
Balky was pretty awesome.
People don't remember that show, but
right?
Belky was perfect.
Google Balky from Perfect Strangers, and I mean, I don't know if it holds up, but it was certainly great when I was a little kid.
I have a feeling we're going to get to who's your favorite alien character.
Dude, that's literally not this question, but it's the question after that. All right, so let's just do it. Best TV alien, is it Mork or is it Alf?
I knew we were going there. And I love
awesome.
And I love Robin Williams, but I got to go with Elf.
With Alf? You like Alf?
I loved Elf.
Are you a big fan of cats?
No.
Okay, well there you go. That's why, right? Because yeah. I don't know. I loved Mork, but yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I just had to go Elf.
I think I liked coked up Mork. I loved Mork.
I mean,
man.
Robin Williams is awesome, but
right. No, you can't really go wrong with Robin Williams, and you know what's weird is that's a spinoff of Happy Days. It's bizarre, right? This alien came onto Happy Days, and then they're like, "This guy's great. He deserves a spinoff." And then all of a sudden, it goes from like Milwaukee to Denver. Now they're in Denver. Okay, all right, okay. All right, who had the more annoying voice on television? Janice from Friends or Fran from The Nanny?
Fran. I mean,
they're both bad, but yeah, the Nanny was just constant. Like Janice only just came in for like, episodes here and there.
Right.
Fran was just a constant, like just a bashing to the ears.
Non-stop.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I didn't really watch that show, but that's probably why. I'm like, oh God. I mean, she's hot, but Jesus, can't take this shit. All right. So, are you bored? Are you bored yet with this? If you're not too bored, then I have some more random questions for you. And I mean,
we can keep going.
All right. I like how you're like, I mean, we can keep going if you want. Okay, now we're just going to do like great rivalries.
All right.
And you tell me which rivalries or which out of the two rivalries you like the best, okay?
Gotcha.
All right, so we have Madden or Tecmo?
Ooh. Okay.
Video games, kids.
You know what? Just for nostalgic purposes, I'll probably go Tecmo.
I'm a Tecmo guy all the way because I never really got into Madden because that's when I stopped playing video games. All right. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Doesn't everybody go Marvel? Like, it's like...
I mean, now with, like, the movies and stuff, probably. Yeah. But actually, if you go, like... If people are into comics and stuff, they probably like DC better.
The classic comic days back in the day. How about Ford or Chevy?
I mean, I drive a Ford, but actually, I've always been more Chevy.
More Chevy?
Yeah, even though I own a Ford.
I own a Chevy.
Yeah.
And I like Ford better. You want to switch? No, I'm just joking. I don't like Ford better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How much you got left on your payment?
Too much.
Never mind.
I have about a year. I have about a year left. All right. And then how about this one? I heard this one a couple years back when this guy died, and I was like really confused by it because I never knew it was a thing, but apparently it is. Tom Petty or Bruce Springsteen?
Ooh. I'm a Tom Petty fan. Always have been.
I am too, and you're like right in the middle, kind of like the more of the middle in the country. And I guess people on the West Coast usually go with Tom Petty, and people on the East Coast usually go specifically the Northeast.
Right.
But yeah, they always go Bruce Springsteen. So yeah, I always thought that was a weird one. I was like, well, that's a thing?
Yeah.
I go, because to me, I just like straight ahead rock and roll Tom Petty.
Right.
How about Red Vines or Twizzler?
I mean, I don't like either, so. I mean, we know that.
What if like someone pinned you down and then you had to eat one of them?
Okay, I guess I go Twizzler. But I don't like either.
That's great. How about Quiznos or Subway?
Quiznos.
How come everyone says Quiznos and there's no Quiznos?
You can't find freaking Quiznos, I know.
Everybody likes Quiznos better, but there is no Quiznos. Is there a Quiznos still? Are they still around?
They are, but they're very hard to find.
Okay. All right. How about Popeye's chicken or Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Popeyes.
Popeyes?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you had did you do the challenge yet of the Popeyes chicken sandwich, spicy chicken sandwich? Not spicy.
No, the original, yes.
So you've done the Popeyes chicken sandwich and then the regular chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A?
I have.
So what do you like better?
I like both, but I like Popeyes better.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting like 50-50 on that one too. This is interesting. I did the challenge and it wasn't even close for me. I was a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich guy. All right. Don't like their politics as much as
I gotcha. All right. See, I think I like the bread better from
bread?
Popeyes.
Okay.
So,
how about Burger King or McDonald's?
I haven't been to Burger King in like years. And I'm not a huge fan of McDonald's anymore, but I'd probably go McDonald's.
Okay. How about UPS or FedEx?
FedEx. Self-explanatory. I used to work there.
That doesn't mean anything. I worked at UPS.
You also worked for FedEx.
That's true. That's true. I definitely had a better experience at FedEx than I did at UPS. How about Apple or Microsoft?
Ooh. So I've always had iPhones.
iPhone or Droid?
iPhone.
I guess that you just answered that question.
Yeah, and I mean it's just what I got. And but I've always had Microsoft computers. So that's a good question. I'd probably go
Wow, this is tough.
Probably go Apple just because they're probably more innovative at this point.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I don't know really what Microsoft does anymore.
What year did Steve Jobs die? I think that's when they stopped being innovative. How about Warner Brothers or Disney?
Ooh, I mean, so
does Disney own Warner Bros. now?
Yeah, Disney owns just about everything, which is why I'm gonna go with Disney.
Okay, all right.
Because they own ESPN too.
Oh, okay. How about BMW or Mercedes?
I was never really a fan of either, but
If someone had a gun to your head, Rich. If someone had a gun to your head.
probably Mercedes.
All right.
I don't know why though.
Is it because that stripper that one time, her name was Mercedes and you just liked her? And no. Okay. How about Star Wars or Star Trek?
So funny thing is, the Star Wars movies are better. Star Trek shows are pretty good though.
There's way too many of both at this point, in my opinion.
Yes.
So
I'd have to probably go Star Trek just because Captain Picard puts it over the top.
they were the original, that's for sure. So they kind of created the whole thing. Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Whoa, that was quick.
Yeah, well, I don't like Starbucks. So.
Ooh. How about Toyota or Honda? Don't worry, there's not too many of these.
Honda?
All right. Netflix or Amazon Prime?
Well, besides Amazon being evil, I mean,
Whoa.
Amazon Prime.
Because of the great Jeff Bezos?
Yeah. you get more benefits with Amazon Prime. I mean, you get the shipping advantage plus the entertainment. So
Right.
I'll go Prime on that.
Okay. How about, and then Nike or Reebok?
Nike, I'm wearing Air Jordans right now.
Whoa. Are you wearing Air Jordans?
I am.
Well, you could definitely get into the Scottsdale bars if you were wearing some Air Jordans. Now, if you weren't wearing some Air Jordans and you were wearing some Air Force Ones. Yeah. Whoa, watch out. Watch out. And then last but not least, we have the mighty Coke versus Pepsi.
Coke.
Coke, huh?
Yep.
Are you positive that you could tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi?
I'm pretty positive.
Want to put it to a test?
Let's do it.
All right. So we have 2 cups here. One is Pepsi. One is Coke. How confident are you, Rich?
I'm about 80%.
80%? Okay. So, all right. Go ahead, Rich. You can go ahead and take a drink of the first one here. There you go. Just a drink.
That's Pepsi.
That's Pepsi? All right. And then what's this one? Should be like videotaping this. He's drinking. Uh-oh.
That's Coke.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm pretty positive.
Pretty positive?
Yep.
I just saw you drink it, so I know you're right. Congratulations, Rich. You are a cokehead. I see sweat coming down your nose there. Were you kind of nervous there? Or?
No, it's the heat from the light.
Well, it's also that because we had to block it off.
Oh,
and
I know.
The air conditioning is on my side, and you have the lamp on your side, so you're illuminated. I'm all blocked off over here, except I have the air conditioning with no light.
Yeah,
it's just fine by me.
It's hot over here. I'm glad I got some refreshing Coke.
Well, there you go. Well, Rich, that was fun. That was fun. And
Yeah, good times, man.
all right, Rich, I could seriously go on all day about this. I seriously have a lot more questions, but I don't think anybody else wants to hear these questions except for me. I'm sure you have much more important things to do. It was great seeing you.
Always.
I hope your parents are well.
They will be.
I hope your beloved dog Capone, who's named after the famous Chicago gangster, is doing good.
Shocker. Yeah, I did name them, so.
And I hope Anna's doing good.
Yes.
Even though I've never actually met Anna or spoken to Anna, I hope she's doing well.
Yes.
And stay safe. It's a jungle out there.
Yes.
And thank you again for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends podcast. If you have any questions or comments about today's show, feel free to leave a message in the comment section below. If you enjoy listening to the podcast, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow the show. And check out some of the video clips posted on YouTube and Facebook. I'm Josh, and thank you for being a friend.